It's Billie's Vlogs. Crazy talk. Morning guys, it is a few days later. It could even be a week later. Today is actually the 7th of September. Wednesday in fact, and I've just been cleaning the kitchen. Nothing really to update you on too much today, but I just thought I'd vlog because I don't know, I just feel like I want to get back into it. So I got a new bed, actually, that's what I wanted to say, so I will show you later. I have work today, so it might be tomorrow before I get back to you, but you won't know the difference because it will be seconds for you. It will be actual days for me. Hopefully I'll get to post this. Pudding has probably grown since the last time I vlogged you. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to you guys later because I just need to drink more water because I'm feeling hungry and I'm feeling thirsty at the same time. And if you're wondering, well, why would you drink water? Because you're hungry. Because sometimes the body gives you a signal to tell you that you're hungry when you actually, in fact, are thirsty. And if you feel hungry after you've drank a certain amount of water, that like you'd usually drink, then it's actual hunger. So I'm going to drink the water, the rest of this pint of water, and see if I'm still hungry. I don't know, I probably said that before. For the first time in 1 week, in over a week, Puddin', he's crying out a little bit, but he was asleep in his crate in the hall. But you can hear him now, but that's because he heard the door open. So hopefully he stops crying. I'm out here anyway, so I probably will stop. But good morning guys, good morning. I will talk to you better when that stops. Now, crying has obviously stopped because he's out and playing. But I didn't obviously let him out when he was crying, because I mean that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to let him cry it out. Anyways, I have more coffee heated up, the music on, there's the washing machine on. There's a lot of noises going on in this house at 10 to 9 in the morning. But he gave him one of his toys that he hasn't really played with it yet because I got it from and I put it up and away. He's actually currently, where's your new toy gone? Huh? So he's looking for it, I think. Oh, he found it. No, he didn't. Look, this is what, is that what you're looking for? No, now he's looking for the string of the camera. Go play with your toy. Try not to heed him as much today, like, because when I like talk to him or communicate a lot, I'm sorry about the lighting, he kind of bites me a lot more. So I'm gonna let him play around on his own today, and I'm just gonna keep him physical company. Yeah, so I will talk to you in a few. I'm actually on fire. Good morning guys, today is Friday and it is currently 7:45. It's probably like 7:43. No, 7:44 a.m. and I feel so tired today because I got to sleep maybe about, say, 11. I had Puddin' in the room with me until 10:30, brought him down for number 1 and he didn't need a number 2, so that was fine. Brought him back in, left him in the kitchen to go to bed because that's where he goes to bed now, and it's great. He doesn't whine anymore. It's just really good. So yeah, brought him to bed, and then I took myself to bed, and I watched the end of this series now I'm watching on Netflix. I don't know if you've ever watched it before, if you've ever heard of it. It's called Marcella. It's spelled like Marcella, but it's actually Marcella. It's really, really good. I like it. I'm into it now. In the first season, episode 7. Anyways, yeah, so I went to watch the rest of the season 1 episode 6 and got like 10 minutes into episode 7, and And then I just said I go to sleep. So then I had set an alarm to wake up at 4:10, but I had been waking up like through the night. So I think I was just keeping an eye on the phone, because one of my friends was kind of texting me last night, so I was just waiting around to see were they okay, la la la. So that was fine. And then I turned the alarm off, because I was like, if he poops or wheezes, he poops or wheezes, because I'm just too tired. Then at 4:15, I just could not get back to sleep, so I brought him out for a wee and a poo. But he only did number 1, and I was running around the garden for about 20 minutes thinking, maybe he'll have a poo, maybe he'll have a poo. But he didn't, and I felt defeated. But look, at the end of the day, it's not, at the end of the day, it's nothing that I did wrong. It's just that he just didn't have to go. So in future, I'm only going to be down there for like the first 10 minutes. So if he has wee, not even 10 minutes, if he's a wee, and we wait to see if he has a poo, and if he doesn't have a poo, straight back in. Or I'm going to leave down this wee and poo pad thing that I got, that he is using when he's in my room. So about that, I didn't know what was happening. His mum closing the sitting room door. But anyways, yeah, so that's that. So then obviously Billie didn't get back to sleep till like 5:30. And I was woken up by Gigi then this morning barking at like 7:10, and I was like, oh my god. I was trying to get a sleep until at least 7:30, but I didn't. So I will be having a nap today. Fighting with his tail. Oh, he looks so much bigger now in the camera. And he's chewing both mine and Mum's knickers. Not at the same time, but he has the two of them now. I'll show you. There we go. He is chewing my knickers currently, and then there's Mum's. What are you doing? What are you chewing all the knickers for? The big black string in the way, huh? The camera string in the way. Yeesh. Oh, best boy. No biting now, good boy. I'm currently trying to teach him not to bite me. The only thing that actually worked, funnily enough, sorry about the lighting, it's gone pure orange, is ignoring him when he bites me. Just like walking away from him the minute he opens his mouth on me. So there, he kind of did that, and I just walked away. And he's now over there at the back door. So it's only day 2 of actually doing that technique, and it's working really well. Like before that, honestly, I mean, he'd full on attack me. I'll see if I have any videos on my Snapchat maybe that I can post here. If I don't, then just imagine it. Imagine a little puppy with little teeth, sharp little razor teeth, biting your hand and arm constantly. I have little cuts all over my hand. So hopefully this ignoring thing will continue to work. And it's working even a lot better today, because he has enough things to be actually keeping himself busy. Like, you know, our knickers. Anyways, I'm gonna kick a mouthful of coffee and I'll be back to you in a sec. Good morning guys. Today is the following week and it is Wednesday. Puddin is biting my sock, and the only way that I can let it go, or he will let go, is if I just ignore him. And I know I've been talking about that in my last clips. Sorry about the background noise, sorry about him. I think he's stopped now, but he might not. And the washing machine, obviously. So I have had not a premonition, but a lesson has hit me in the face this morning. I listened to the Self Healers podcast. Let me just sit down for a second. Okay, so give me a sec. Actually, that coffee. Sorry about the noise again. Anyways, so I listen to the Self Healers podcast, and I listen to it every now and again, or I might have go on a rampage and listen to it every single day. But he's actually actually really hurting me. But anyways, and you're probably thinking, Billy, why don't you just shove them off yet? Because it's actually worse. So anyways, I listened to the Self-Haters podcast, and I listened to it on Spotify. And there was this morning, the one I was listening to was like a few weeks back, and it's called, oh, let me see, Why Shame Holds Us Back, right? And she was just talking about, Nicole was talking, was it Nicole? Yes, I think it is Nicole that said it. She said how she felt unloved, not like because she was always like working hard. She never really got too much attention other than working hard, so she felt like that was the only way that she could get her love from her family. So I felt that, not because I work hard, it's in order to impress, but I do, but that's purely because in order for me to work hard I get attention, but also because I'm a perfectionist, and also because that was the way I taught myself how to cope with certain stuff. I really need to rest this camera down somewhere because my arm is going dead because I'm not used to holding it like this anymore. Just do it like this, it's resting on the freezer. So I always, okay, I don't know, let me just explain. I don't know if I've ever explained, but I have recently went to a psychiatrist to figure out why my brain operates the way that it does, and I found out that I had BPD, which is borderline personality disorder, but it's really EUPD, emotionally unstable personality disorder. I was also diagnosed with anxiety and severe depressive disorder, where I just go into like really high anxiety and really low depression, and BPD has a lot to do with that. So I kind of figured out the root of it all, which I thought I had figured out a long time ago, but it actually wasn't this specific thing that happened, but it was actually another thing. And what it was an abandonment from my loved ones, from everybody that was around me. Now look, I don't feel abandoned with them now, but obviously when you're younger and you've nobody to talk to or rely on, these thoughts that are in your head become reality. It's not fact, it's purely based on opinion, and I set up my own opinion. I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but if you've ever been abandoned by somebody, and also another reason why I felt abandoned was because of all past relationships, I felt like I've been abandoned, but the root of it all was purely the fact that I felt unloved, and it was because there was nobody that was actually stable full-time in my life when I grew up to be a teenager. Give me a second, because he's putting something in his mouth. I know it's out of focus, but a lump of concrete he had in his mouth. Really hard to share this because it actually, sorry about the washing machine again, it's really hard to admit this or say this and say it to you guys or just say it to anybody, because it feels shameful. I didn't think the shame was actually going to come into this, but it does feel shameful. Like, why do I feel this way about a certain person that gave me nothing but love and affection and caring vibes and nurturing vibes and, well, nurturing, like, how can I feel this way about a certain person? Well, it's just so weird because I watched I can't think of her second name, but Jeanette from iCarly, her name was Sam on iCarly, and I watched her around the, what's that show with Willow Smith and all, and the mother and the grandmother, Jada, I can't think, the red table, the big red table, I don't know. Anyways, I've never watched it really before. Mum watches it, but I watched it the other day and it was about mothers, and it's just so strange how I was like, I don't have an issue with my mum. Like, my mum is nothing but caring and affectionate and give you everything that you need or want. But when I needed her the most, when she didn't know that I needed her, and that's, even like saying it out loud, it just doesn't feel right. But I know deep down in my gut that, like, I don't want it to be real, I don't want it to be true, but I know it is, because I actually got really emotional when I thought about it this morning. And it's like I felt abandoned. My father abandoned me and my mother abandoned me in two completely different ways, and they are supposed to be the root of your nurturing, loving existence. I don't know how to explain it. Like, your mom and your dad are supposed to be your teachers, your nurturers, whereas my father was not that for me whatsoever. And I think I've accepted that because my father is not around, and he never, well, he did promise a lot, but he never, I never believed him. Whereas I've always lived with my mum, and to think that I have said that this is the actual truth for me, it's just really, really sore, and I have to learn to heal this part of me. Give me a second, this is on a spin. So if you're wondering how I came out with it, or how I came up with this as a fact, is wow. I'm so glad I got that on camera. It's so funny. Oh my god, it just scares the crap out of me. A bird nearly flew into the door, and I knew he wasn't going to, but it just sent me back. Anyways, putting this out there now, and he's eating the little plant, and he's looking at the birds. He's amazed by them, whereas I was terrified. Wow. Oh, come back. If you're wondering how I came up with this, this is how it happened. Listening to the podcast, and she said I've never felt loved, and I was like, wow, that hit home, because I feel like nobody loves me. Now, I don't feel that way as strongly anymore. I'm getting kind of around the fact that people can actually love me, and that people do actually love me, but it was just like, for a very long time I just believed that nobody loved me, and that if I did certain things, that was the only reason why they loved me. So she said that, and I was like, oh my god, that hit home. And then I went into the, well, my father abandoned me, and I said my mother abandoned me. And then I went into, I have already healed my inner child, because I did not have a crazy childhood. I had a pretty normal childhood, and it was a pretty nice childhood, let me put it that way. But I did not have a really good teenhood. And Puddin is eating something again. Puddin, hey, that better not be a stone, because if that's a stone, I'm pulling it out of your mouth. Just a piece of stick. It's going to get dark for a second. But anyways, yeah, so my teenhood was just pretty chaotic and traumatic for me. Mightn't be traumatic or chaotic for another person, because they may have had a crazy childhood that their teenhood just followed in, whereas for me it was just crazy. And I was a very troubled teen. So I did really, like, going back a very long time ago, last month or so, I had said to myself, I feel good about my inner child, you know, that I have healed my inner child, because I feel like she's fine. Like, she did not have anything too chaotic to happen. Only the thing about the father, abandonment of the father, that I have accepted. But my inner teen, like my 15, 16-year-old, 17-year-old self, she's scared, and she is like that's why it's so chaotic. Like, that's why my adulthood is so chaotic, because my teen is terrified of love, because she got it taken away from her. And in my adulthood, obviously I'm trying to protect her, because I mean, she doesn't want to be hurt again, so I have to heal her. I am currently working with a therapist, a psychologist at the moment, and I am so excited to bring this up to her on Friday when I have my next session. I was to have her Friday all the time now, I think, from now on. So yeah, it's great to come up with these premonitions during the week. Your slipper, where's the slipper pudding? We'll get it, it's in there. Look, all the way over there. Go get your slipper. Where's the slipper? Go get it. Go get it. Where's the slipper? Or where's your toy? Go with your toy. Where's your toy? Go get it. Go get it. He's waiting for me to throw some for a pretender. Go get it. Look. Where's this? Haha. Now. Good boy. My trophy. Good boy. Ready? Are you ready? Sit. 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 Good boy. Now, go get it. I realise that this is going to be like the longest vlog of all time. Well, not really. I've had longer. But yeah. It's about me, it's about pudding, and it's about healing, and this is probably what my vlogs are going to be like from now on. Hopefully we'll get Gigi in as well. But yeah, it was just a hard lesson, and I'm trying to shy away from it, but I can't. You know, I have to sit and assess and even journal and figure it all kind of out. I've always thought like, oh, I've been abandoned by men, but it's actually I've been abandoned by my true and one love as a child, as a teenager, who abandoned me, and it was the strongest love connection that I've had, that I felt abandoned from. And that's why I'm terrified. Well, not me as such, but my inner teenager is terrified to be hurt again. On that note, I'm going to end this vlog and hopefully edit it, because my laptop is actually downstairs. I'm going to edit it, and I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a bit wishy-washy all over the place, but hopefully I will come up with some new content and new ideas for vlogs. But please don't hold me or quote me to that. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget that I love you. Mwah. Don't forget to keep positive. What was something else I used to say? Keep your gut healthy. And I'll see you hopefully soon with another vlog. Bye. And a new one. Heal your inner child and inner teenager.